Welcome to another episode of Racing to Learn. We are a nonprofit that gets kids excited about math and science. And we're in our workshop today working on our Pro line, Pro MT. I was almost going to say something else because that's an allusion to what we've got going on for this episode. So this is our Pro line, Pro MT 4x4. It's a 1/10 scale. Four-wheel drive monster truck from Proline, and it's got extra beefy, basically A-scale. A lot of the drivetrain is A-scale spec. You could see ours. We plastic dipped this body. We actually left, why it looks all scratched like this. We left the protective coating on. This is just the stock body, just to see where the wear spots would be, and it's all in the obvious places, the high spots. But anyways, the reason that we've got this on the bench is because we are going to do something special with this truck. Dramatic pause there. You can see this Profusion SC chassis that we've got in the background. We've been building that up. You can check out our playlist for both of these trucks in the video description. So we've reached a point here where actually we've done a couple things. We've done some key upgrades here, but actually we're at the point where even running on 3S with the Hobbywing 4072 motor in here. The truck's wheeling a lot, right? So we've done this in the past where we've had stampedes or whatnot with this shorter 10 scale monster truck chassis, and then switching to a longer chassis like this, and I'll line these two up just so you can see what the difference is. Basically the Pro MT chassis ends around here. Actually, why don't I flip it over? Oh, look at all that grass. So if we flip this over, I'll lay this on top here. Oh, we got it backwards. You can see how much longer that chassis is. And I'm just going to line up these holes here. Right, so essentially it's almost the Pro MT chassis ends here, so an extra almost 2 inches of length there. So this is a short course standard length. This is not really the Pro MT isn't really standard length. They're pretty much a stampede length, and that extra 2 inches actually gives you a lot longer of a wheelbase, right? The length from, basically axle to axle. And that helps a lot with the wheeling, or preventing it from wheeling, because, essentially the wheeling is caused by, the wheels going this way, providing that torque this way, and then the chassis goes up as a result, right? Newton's first law, every action has a reaction. Essentially, when the force of the torque of the wheels going this way will equate to the chassis being forced this way. So anyways, physics lesson aside, what we've been pondering is essentially switching our build over to this longer Pro SC wheelbase. And we thought about taking this build a little bit further with where we could go with it, but having to do a teardown on the front differential, front suspension, that was kind of the tipping point there. We wanted to adjust the fluid up here and do a little tuning. Essentially at this point we've decided, hey, let's go ahead and invest that effort into just moving everything over to this chassis. Now, I should have probably made that decision earlier, like before I broke down the whole rear suspension, and we took off this whole this whole rear and whatnot. But hey, lesson learned. I think it makes for a good video too if you have, or a series of videos. It's probably going to take us more than one video here, but essentially if you have a Pro MT and you want to switch over to a Pro SC chassis, or vice versa, right? Essentially, this is where we're going to take it. So we're going to go ahead and just thinking of where we should get started here. So we'll probably just continue with the Profusion instruction manual here, and you just start switching things over as we see fit and kind of tuning it along the way. So that's probably where we're going to take this. So versus trying to kind of tune two different trucks simultaneously, getting mixed up because these trucks share so many parts. I think that's what we're going to do with it. So let us know what you guys think. Anything else to share? So we're going to be going with basically the best of breed parts that we've amassed. You can see some of them on here already. We've got the Kraken RC rear chassis brace, the Kraken RC CNC machined aluminum diff housings. We're going to be using this front, center, and rear. What else? That's probably it for now. Yeah, so just an overview of the electronics here. We've got the Hobbywing 4072, so 40 millimeter in diameter, 72 millimeters long, brushless motor being powered by the Hobbywing WP-SC8 2 to 4S capable ESC, and doing the steering duties, we've got the Savox SC1258TG. That's a titanium geared servo, Ryan Cavalieri edition. What else have we done? That's probably it right now. So just thinking about where to get started. We could probably trying to refresh my memory here in terms of building this up so far and what would be the easiest path forward. Well, let's take a look at the manual here. So we've already got the center diff. We've already built out the front pivot balls. Where do we start attaching things to the chassis? Just gonna look at, here we go, front clip to chassis. So we'll go ahead and get started there. While we're going through this, just thinking here. Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna get started before we try to do two separate trucks at once. We've got a lot of projects around here, so it's probably better to just proceed with the plan here. So yeah, we'll start with the front suspension, kind of working our way backwards here. Okay. All right. Yeah, so another thing we wanted to do was put on these heavy-duty outdrive clips. We put one on the rear already, but we haven't put one on the front. So we're going to go ahead and get all those things done. So that's our plan. So first step, we'll move over the front suspension over, and then we'll move over the rear, and then the electronics. I think that's our path forward here. So anyways, if you guys want to share any of your wisdom that you've gotten through building either of these trucks, the Pro MT or the Pro Fusion. Let us know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and we will catch you next time.